Welcome to War India News Hour. FinTech pushing banking to reach newer heights. The technology sector will lead the economic growth of the region and FinTech will be at the forefront. As customer preferences and behaviors have shifted in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, digital is becoming the primary way for customers to engage with their banks. This trend, combined with growing competitive pressures from more nimble startups, is accelerating the need for credit unions and community banks to adopt a complete end-to-end digital banking platform. Now, the cloud technology is reshaping the way banking services are created and delivered in our digital world. It is providing the service providers the ability to quickly adapt to market changes and make it easier for community banks and credit unions to consume new software. Financial institutions need to rethink and reimagine how you serve your customers and remain relevant in a rapidly changing digitally centric world. One big change that has happened and which went under appreciation is that the distinction between corporate banks and retail banks has lessened much. Between 2016 and 2019, banks were trying to come out of corporate banking. Today, the balance sheets of the top 4 to 5 banks in India show that almost all of them are 50 to 55% retail and 40% corporate. Therefore, the balance sheets have also converged a lot and the entire distinction between corporate banking and retail banking has faded away. We live in an era where more people have mobile phones than bank accounts or a credit history that can be reliably used to underwrite. If you look at what is happening in the world, clearly there has been a value migration from pure banking entities to some of the fintech entities, whether they are in payment systems or whether they are on the internet selling part of financial products. The same thing would also happen in India. Growth of fintech brings substantial value creation from some of the niche business models. Today, financial services firms are using blockchain, which is a distributed ledger technology. By using blockchain-enabled transactions, financial services providers can now lower the cost of cross-border remittance and money transfers. With this, data-driven micro-lending has taken the center stage. With apps and microcredit, fintech companies can now gauge the behavior and spending patterns of customers and underwrite it in a very customized fashion. They may not even require a bank statement or a credit score to tap their customers, many of whom are new to credit. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Government advises to purchase tickets from Air India in cash. Government asks ministries, departments to clear Air India dues, make cash payments for tickets. The Department of Expenditure, which comes under the Finance Ministry, has asked all ministries and departments to clear dues of Air India and purchase tickets by making cash payments. Since the disinvestment process of Air India has started, the airline has stopped extending credit limits, it said. On October 25th, the government signed the share purchase agreement with Tata Sons for the sale of national carrier Air India. Tatas will now seek various regulatory clearances before the handover of the airlines by December end. Supreme Court's decision on Pegasus snooping issue. Industry and various governments have welcomed the Supreme Court's decision to form a 3-member independent expert technical committee, a panel of cyber experts to probe the alleged use of Pegasus for surveillance. Its functioning will be overseen by Justice R.V. Ravindran, a retired judge of the Supreme Court, who will be assisted by 2 other experts. The committee has been asked to conduct the inquiry and submit its report to the Supreme Court expeditiously. The matter will be heard again after 8 weeks. With this, the snooping using Pegasus is an attempt to crush Indian democracy. Maruti Suzuki to launch electric vehicles only after 2025, says R.C. Bhargava. Maruti Suzuki India Chairman R.C. Bhargava said the company will launch electric vehicles in the country only after 2025 as demand for such vehicles is less at the moment. Maruti would like to sell around 10,000 units a month whenever it enters the electric mobility space. With fuel prices going up, car market leader Maruti Suzuki India is intensifying its focus on more CNG offerings of its models. He further said that it is difficult to predict pricing of electric vehicles at present. FamPay eyes to raise funds to value $350 million. FamPay Solutions Private Limited provides payments service focused on teenagers. Founded in 2019 by Kush Taneja and Sambhav Jain, FamPay offers digital wallet, commerce as well as financial services to kids with specialized parental controls as well as transaction limits. Minors can successfully make online and offline payments without the need to set up a bank account. It is a personalized card that comes with exclusive subscriptions and unlimited rewards. FamPay is a marketing and distribution partner of IDFC First Bank prepaid card. According to sources, the firm claims to have more than 2 million registered users. KV Kamath appointed as the chairperson of NABFID. The government has announced the appointment of veteran banker KV Kamath as chairperson of the newly set up Rs 20,000 crore Development Finance Institution National Bank, a newly set up DFI in India, Department of Financial Services under the Finance Ministry. It was set up with an objective for financing infrastructure and development to catalyze investment in the funds-starved infrastructure sector. The NABFID Bill 2021 is going to support the development of long-term non-recourse infrastructure financing in India, including the development of the bonds and derivatives markets necessary for infrastructure financing. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.